I've helped create and save thousands of American jobs.
He walked away with his $1.7 million.
All Michelle Nunn seems to do is attack David.
These kind of attacks are what's wrong with politics.
There are a couple ads that are effective. One is the one about outsourcing. It's where he took over Pilotex, the company in North Carolina, had to close the company down. A lot of people lost their jobs. And the Nunn ad is full of essentially white women complaining about his lack of concern for them. They lost their jobs. He made out like a bandit.
David Perdue looks out for himself.
All we were was people to make money off our backs.
The use of women here is very interesting because if she wins this race in Georgia, it's because she's going to increase her share among white women. The other thing that she did was very, very effective, positive ad for herself, was when she took on this totally bogus ad on the part of Perdue that her nonprofit was in effect raising money for terrorist organizations.
That's a terrible lie and an insult to the millions of volunteers I worked with to make a difference. She
did this in the most effective way possible by coming on just herself, looking directly in the camera, saying it was a lie, this didn't happen, and in effect calling Perdue a liar. So in addition to he loses jobs for people, he's also a liar, and you can't trust him on anything. Perdue is almost completely unknown to voters in Georgia. He's done a terrible job of advertising himself or selling himself as a candidate. Perdue said in a lawsuit that outsourcing is what he spent his career on. And then when asked about that, he said,
"Well, defend it, I'm proud of it."
The way a politician would handle this, if they really knew what they were doing, would be to first start off by regretting the necessity of having to sacrifice jobs here in order to try to make the company at least competitive, stay in business, something like that. The only thing that the Perdue campaign has done that I think has been helpful to them is by presenting Michelle Nunn in the context of national politics, support for President Obama. The strongest ad that they've done on that, it was done, I think, by the Republican Senate Committee. They have Michelle Nunn in a clip where she says, "I defer to the president."
I defer to the president's judgment.
I think we'll see a whole lot more of that as we go in the closing days of the campaign, and as the Republicans now realize they could lose this thing, then I think we'll see a whole lot more advertising in which the Republicans try to nationalize it. They don't want to make this campaign on David Perdue. They've already lost that. So what they've got to do is turn Michelle Nunn into a liberal Democrat and make her unacceptable.